Hello everyone, welcome to URM's webinar. Today we're going to be talking about PCI DSS, so all around the payment card industry data security standard, and in particular version 4, as the deadline is looming. So my name's Lauren Gotting, I'm the new business director here at URM. Today I'm joined by Alistair Stewart, who's one of URM's senior consultants and QSAs, and he'll have a moment to introduce himself properly very shortly. So you can see the agenda there. We're going to talk about the timetable for transition. This has been out for a long time, and we're just going to sort of go over the final bits now, because March is the final deadline. The key new requirements, and we'll also go over some of the smaller requirements as well that may not be as widely published. We'll cover off changes to SAQ, so the self-assessment questionnaires, and we'll allow time for some specific question and answers at the end. But if you do have anything you'd like to ask throughout the session, please just pop it in the box. We'll get to as many as we can at the end, and as ever, if we don't answer your questions live, we'll get back to you after the session. Okay, so before we dive into the specific topic, for those that don't know about URM or are fairly new to us, we've been around for very nearly 20 years. It's 20 years this year, actually. We've got a great team of consultants that are very experienced and very dedicated to working with our clients to help them be more secure and do things in the right way. I think that's what really sets us apart from others. We're not here just to tick a box and move on. You know, we really want to improve security across the board. So we have a team of QSAs, but we also get involved with ISO projects, ISO 27001, 22301, GDPR, and we also have a cyber team as well. So particularly around PCI, you know, we can help with the QSA part, but we can also help with the pen test you may need, the scans you may need as well. So we can offer that all under one roof. And Alistair, if I hand over to you and you can tell everyone a little bit more about your experience.
Yeah, thanks, Lauren. So I've been with URM 6-7 years now. I've been doing PCI QS assessments for longer than I care to remember, but it's definitely over a decade these days. And yeah, we've worked with the version 4 standard since before it was released. We got pre-release copies, and so we've worked with our clients to transition most of them over to version 4 by now. There's still a few hanging on who haven't quite made the leap just yet. And we just wanted to remind everybody of the upcoming deadlines. We just wanted to talk about the fact that these requirements are now, you're going to have to do them, whereas a lot of clients may have been putting off to the last minute.
Brilliant. Cheers, Alistair. And when you say big leap, is it that much of a big leap? You know, are the changes that significant?
A lot of them have been. There was about 45 new requirements in, and some of them did have quite significant technological challenges for a lot of clients to make. Because they relate to e-commerce and websites. Nearly everybody's got a website. Nearly all of our clients take payments via websites, which means nearly all of our clients were affected by the changes. So yeah, the big ones, we started talking to them even pre-release because we got the second draft before it was officially released. Couldn't reveal too much information, but we started prompting our clients in advance on the things that we knew would take a lot of time to get in place.
Brilliant. So it didn't seem like too much of a big leap for most then, because we were out of the gates early.
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
Is good.
Yeah.
Excellent. So sorry, let's dive in then, Alistair. Transition timetable. So when exactly then is the deadline for all the new requirements to be in place?
So the deadline I put in was 31st of March 2025 because the new standard was released 31st of March 2023, so 2 years ago. I gave a 2-year period when it was non-mandatory for any requirement that was brand new to the standard. Changed and updated requirements where immediate, any brand new requirements were put under this non-mandatory clause to give people time to meet them, because the council was also aware that some of these requirements will take time to meet, so they didn't want to force it on people from day one.
Yeah, it's quite nice to have a little bit of grace period. People need it, and especially larger organisations. Yeah, excellent. And what does that mean then for organisations' compliance position? What does everything change on the 31st of March? Does stuff stop? What exactly
Hopefully
happens?
it's all changed before the 31st of March. But in reality, we've had a lot of our clients come to us and say, okay, but my recertification, my reassessment isn't until November, so I need to make sure I got them in by November. And we have to make it clear that's not actually the case. The requirements need to be in place in your organisation by the 31st of March, irrelevant of when your assessment date actually is. So if the requirement is to deploy a new process or to deploy a new system or tool, that system, tool or process has to be running from before the 31st of March. So that when we come back to do your assessment in September, November or whenever it is, we can see evidence that you've been doing that requirement since the 31st of March.